Go get your pen and pad ready because we compiled a list of the top 10 campgrounds in New England. Let's jump right into it. All right, we got no time to waste, so let's jump right into it. This is Horseneck Beach State Reservation, and it's number 10 on our list. This beauty has 100 campsites, and did I mention it's in Massachusetts? And it's situated just behind the sand dunes. Yep, I said it, sand dunes. And in front of that is the cobblestone beach. And while you're here, you can take a short walk over to Gooseberry Neck Island with its walking trails and unguarded beaches. There's a boat ramp and remnants of 2 World War II observation towers. Yep, that was my back, you heard. Well, anyway, this park is spread across 800 acres, and it's Barrier Beach and Salt Marsh. And it's one of the most popular facilities in Massachusetts, and you can see why. And it has comfort stations, etc. And the skies here are amazing.
Are at, ready? Charlestown Breachway, Rhode Island. But we are here, and this place is mainly about the beach because we are basically on the beach. You just smell the ocean air. Beach time, baby.
Yup, you cannot beat walking barefoot down the beach with that soft sand under your feet, waves crashing. No better feeling. Now obviously Charlestown Breachway is known for its beach and its campground. The campground is located on the east side of the Breachway, and it's walking distance to the beach with panoramic views of Block Island Sound. From here, you can get a perfect view of how short the walk is from there. Yep, that's right. That's the RV park. Now that's the Breachway. And to the left or west of the screen is the main beach. Unfortunately, this park is only for RVs, and you have to be self-contained, meaning black and gray tank. Freshwater tanks, and they actually have to be stationary to your vehicle. So a few things to note before making your way here. Make sure your RV is fully contained. You can't have a cassette toilet or anything like that. It has to be fully installed, as I mentioned earlier, attached to the vehicle. And if you have a boat, this is the place to bring it. Everybody seemed to bring their boat here. God, I wish we had one. As you can see here, it's just a basic parking lot, but it's all about the beach, the water. And again, no hookups whatsoever. You're all on your own. So make sure you have solar so you can soak up as much of the day's sun as you can get. Oh, and before we move on, make sure you try to book a year ahead here, at least. Or you'll miss out on these beautiful sights that you see here. we are, number 8 on the list, Wildwood State Park in Long Island. Look at this. The sunsets here were amazing. You can't tell me this isn't beautiful. This park is around 600 acres, and it's within an undeveloped hardwood forest. The park is split into 2 sections. You have the tenting side and the RV side. The RV side contains large RVs, but in the tenting section, you could actually get a pop-up and a van in there, and those sites are amazing. There's 2 miles of beach here. As you can see, there is swimming. Yep, that's Dee and Lee in there, frolicking like 2 young teenagers in love. There's small hiking trails, there's picnicking, cross-country, and skiing. But one of our favorites was the concession stand. It's not often you get to grab a cold beer and whatever Lee was drinking and just sit on the beach and people watch. The fishing here was absolutely out of this world. That's all everybody did all day was fish.
Thank you, my love. Say hi to the world. Say hi to the people.
It's like being in 2 different worlds here. The RV side, extremely quiet. The tenting side, pretty lively. So make sure you pick your site wisely. It's certainly a family-friendly park. As you can see, they had movies on Friday and Saturday nights. There's parks located throughout the campground, and the camp store is loaded. You can grab those s'mores for the kids, and an adult beverage for yourself. There's also 10 cottages here. That reminds me, if you want to have a fire, make sure you bring your own fire ring. They don't provide them here, but they do at the cabins. And these aren't your everyday cabins. These things are like condos, if you will. Last but not least, gear up for some of the most beautiful sunsets you'll ever see in your life. Here we are, 4 Mile Creek State Park in New York. This one is special. It's just north of the old mighty Niagara Falls and Devil's Hole, or what about Whirlpool State Park. They're all in around 15 minutes or so from the park, and it's on Lake Ontario.
It's a must-see. Must-see. I was more excited about like Utah and stuff, and then we stopped here first, and I knew it was beautiful, but I didn't realize it's beautiful. All these little parks are like just enough. I wonder when we get to the falls how we'll feel.
This is Whirlpool State Park. Look at that water, how it flows back upstream. Beautiful whirlpool. All right, back on the road we go. Time to head to Niagara Falls. And it's only around 10 minutes or so from Whirlpool State Park. No wonder Niagara Falls has the reputation it has. We couldn't leave. We're in a time crunch. But man, just watching these falls, tranquil. All right, enough of playing around here. Let's get you to 4 Mile Creek State Park. As I stated a minute ago, 4 Mile Creek State Park's campsites sit right on the shores of Lake Ontario. And if you plan on booking here, make sure you watch our episode so you can find the 5-star sites. And you could be right there, right on the lake. Now, the park's hiking trails wind along densely wooded bluffs. And it's home to a lot of wildlife. We seen blue herons and white-tailed deer while we were there. Now, if you're planning a family trip, this is the one to plan. Now, with so much to do, you nor the kids will be bored. So we highly recommend this one. Here's our number 6 pick, Mongaup Pond Campground, in the Catskills in New York. They say the biggest attraction here is the 120-acre lake or pond, but we think it's the wildlife, from eagles, blue heron, and deer. This place is surrounded by forest preserve land, and the park offers a bunch of hiking. So once you get into that lush forest, there's a handful of trails, and they are all amazing. And look at this shot. See what I mean? The wildlife here was crazy. It felt like we were in a National Geographic episode, or in an open zoo or something. Look at this. This was so cool. If we weren't hiking, most of our day was spent animal watching. It's got all the amenities you'd expect: boating, swimming, kayaking, but fishing and kayaking seem to take the cake here. So if you're into fishing, hiking, or just watching animals, this is the one for you. Hey, number 5, Northampton Beach Campground. This one should have been in the top 3. But there was so many other amazing campgrounds within our 10 list here. And this one is located on the Great Sagandaga Lake. And we have an episode of Sagandaga Campground also. So make sure you check that episode out. This lake is 29 miles long and 6 miles wide across. And the lake was created by an impoundment during the 1920s and is under the jurisdiction of the Hudson River Black River Regulating District. Say that 3 times. This is definitely a great family spot. For the kids, there's the arcade, mini golf, there's a large marina, and if you own a boat, you're going to want to bring it here. You can actually pull the boat up right to your campsites. Speaking of campsites, this place had the best campsite we've ever seen, ever. There are so many beaches around here. Just walk through a small patch of woods behind your campsite and you have your own beach. This place is spectacular. This small portion of beach you're looking at here is right behind our campsite, around 30 paces or so. A lot of the campsites range from secluded within tall white pines and northern hardwoods to those that are open and on the sandy shoreline. And by that, I mean literally right on the beach. All I can say is look at this campsite, guys. Low tide, and look at the mountains behind there. Oh, this place was gorgeous. So if you're looking for a family-oriented campground, this is the one. Moving right along, here we are, number 4, Wilderness Lake Campground in Connecticut. If this was a top 10 Connecticut campground list, this would be number 1. This is our favorite campground of all time, and you guys have seen this place 3 times already, and we just can't get enough of it. There's been a lot of new renovations done, a lot of additions, like the lean-tos, the trails. There's a lot to be said about this place. Like the small rivers and creeks, the lake, the kayaks that come with your rental, customer service. We've been through it already. Man, guys, look at this beach. And right on the beach, there's a fire pit. Right there. So you can hang out with your family, friends. And a lot of you guys have visited this place and got back to us. I mean, a couple dozen of you. And you love it just as much as we do. Our favorite thing here is a special campsite, which is called the Bluff. Look at it. Look at this site. Amazing. The sunsets and nights here, just gorgeous.
This campground has a little piece of things we like from several different campgrounds. So this is like a top on Dee and Lee's list.
Yep, you are correct, my dear. It made the number 3 spot, and most of it was from this site here. The best site we've come across all season. Another reason Myles Standish took the 3rd spot on the list is due to its hiking and biking trails. They say there's over 50 miles of hiking and biking trails, but I think there's more. And there's just an abundance of lakes. Look at this map. Gives you an idea. The sunsets over the lake were majestic. If you're just looking for a relaxing weekend or a a week of tranquility, extreme hiking and biking, look no further. This is the place.
Pennsylvania, Dee and Lee have arrived.
Yep, we've arrived. It's like we walked right into a movie set. I'm telling you, this campground could have easily taken the #1 slot with its rustic, amenity-filled, picturesque beauty. It was a toss-up between our #1 position, with some of the most gorgeous trails and campsites found in the Northeast. The place has everything. Rivers, creeks, lakes, ponds, trails, and then outside of the park is just as amazing. But during autumn, fall, or shoulder season as they call it, is probably the best time to book here because the beauty is out of this world. With the beautiful 4-mile hike or a 7-mile wooded drive, you end up at the Boulder Field. It's a natural, national landmark. And the Boulder Field is an adventure in itself. I mean, I could ramble all day talking about this campground, but take a look for yourself, guys. There are several infamous trails here, and the beauty is out of this world with man-made waterfalls and rivers, and that's what helped put this at the #2 spot. And here we go. Here's our #1 pick, guys. And if you're a subscriber, you've seen it before. Last year it took our #1 spot, and it did again this year. And it's called North-South Lake, which is located in New York, in the Catskill Mountains. The unexplainable feeling of tranquility, jaw-dropping beauty, and abundance of activities help North-South keep its position as our top campground again. Its trails and the destinations while hiking, like the Catskill Falls and the Mountain House, easily helped it hold its position. The lakes, lake sites, and wildlife make it hard to beat, guys. Here's a quick look at some of its charm. Just look at these waterfalls. And that was Catterskill Falls. Let's take a quick hike up to the mountain house, or top of the world.
Oh my God. This is the most breathtaking view I've ever seen in my life.
And there you have it, our top 10 campgrounds in the Northeast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Head over to the comments and tell us which order you'd put these 10 in. And we'll see you next Wednesday. And while you're there, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.
Subscribe now.